My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon of my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Jesus noticed a tax collector, Levi by name, sitting by the customs house, and said to him, "Follow me." And leaving everything, he got up and followed him. In his honor, Levi held a great reception in his house, and with him at table there was a large gathering of tax collectors and others. The Pharisees and their scribes complained to his disciples and said, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus said to them in reply, "It is not those who are well who need the doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the virtuous, but sinners to repentance." Jesus, how wonderful those words are for me, for all of us. It is not those who are well who need the doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the virtuous, but sinners to repentance. This is so consoling for all of us because we realize in your presence, Lord, that we're so far off the mark. And surely that was also the experience of Matthew. Who? Me? Surely that was his reaction when he saw you passing by and heard you saying to him and nobody to else, "Follow me. You follow me. You remain by my side. You remain in my love. You stand by me. I count on you." He would have felt totally unprepared and even in a bad position being a tax collector. What could he do that was virtuous? But Lord, you call him, just like you call me and call all of us, especially in this holy season of Lent, to begin again, to be sanctified, to be healed. In this season, Lord, I want to hear once more that beautiful call that you address to me and to each one of us. Follow me, stand by my side, remain in my love. Of course, the calling of St. Matthew, which is today's Gospel, has been immortalized in the beautiful painting of Caravaggio, which was painted in the year 1600 for the church of San Luigi dei Francesi in Rome, and there it still is to be seen. And Caravaggio, we know that he plays a lot with light and darkness in his paintings. His paintings are very dramatic, very beautiful. And the light and the dark is a big theme in it. And we see it also in the calling of Matthew. It's worth looking it up. The light that comes from behind the head of Christ through the window and shines on Matthew. And we see that Matthew is looking straight at the face of Christ, and Jesus is looking straight at him. Who, me? He must have been thinking in his mind. And yet, the look of Christ, the gaze of Christ, the love of Christ, the understanding of Christ, the warmth of Christ, the way Jesus looks at him and the way Jesus says to him, "Follow me," would have dispelled all doubt about his vocation. And we know that Levi was in fact overjoyed and had a feast for all his friends, a celebration, and that he became the great apostle and evangelist, Matthew. During Lent, Lord, I want to once more sense your call and follow your call with joy. And I want to bring many people with me, like Matthew does too, to that celebration. Today also is a feast day in certain parts of the world. It's the feast of St. Robert Southwell, 1561 to 1595. An admirable person from many, many points of view. Born in England, sent to school at Douai in France, and then on to Paris. He joins the Jesuits. He is ordained a priest in 1584. This is the height of the anti-Catholic persecution in England. And his great desire was to return to England, which he achieved in 1586, just 2 years after his priestly ordination. He was a great organizer. He organized for many young men to go to the continent like himself, to become priests, and he organized for them to get back into the country and function like he did for 6 years as a clandestine missionary. He did an enormous amount of pastoral work. He was also a great poet and a writer. His most famous poem is called The Burning Babe. Eventually, unfortunately, he was captured. He was tortured in a very brutal way over a period of time. He spent 2.5 years in the Tower of London. Eventually, he was tried, and on the 21st of February 1595, he was hanged, drawn, and quartered at Tyburn. St. Robert Southwell was canonized as one of the 40 martyrs of England and Wales by Pope St. Paul VI in 1970. His most famous poem, written in the year of his death, 1595, is a vision of the Christ child. And it speaks of the mercy and love, the burning heart of Jesus. And now I'll read it because in reality it is a prayer. As I in hoary winter's night stood shivering in the snow, surprised I was with sudden heat which made my heart to glow, and lifting up a fearful eye to view what fire was near, a pretty babe, all burning bright, did in the air appear, who, scorched with excessive heat, such floods of tears did shed, as though his floods should quench his flames, which with his tears were fed. Alas, quoth he, but newly born, in fiery heats I fry, yet none approach to warm their hearts or feel my fire but I. My faultless breast the furnace is, the fuel wounding thorns. Love is the fire, and sighs the smoke, the ashes, shames and scorns. The fuel justice layeth on, and mercy blows the coals. The metal in this furnace wrought are men's defiled souls. For which, as now on fire I am, to work them to their good, so will I melt into a bath, to wash them in my blood. With this he vanished out of sight, and swiftly shrunk away, and straight I called unto mind that it was Christmas Day. What a beautiful poem. And it's the warmth, the burning, fiery light of the heart of Jesus, of the Christ child who has come to redeem us, who longs to warm us up, to heal us, to give us new life, to save us. Well, this is what Lent is all about, isn't it? It's being wherever we are, just as Levi was at his tax collector's kiosk, wherever we are, and attuning our ears a bit more to hear the loving call of Jesus. Follow me, stand by my side, remain in my love. We might say, who? Who, me? Yes, you. You are the object of my love. You are one of my own. You I choose. Today is Saturday, Our Lady's Day, and we turn to our Mother with confidence, just as we turn to all the saints, maybe today especially to the great St. Robert Southwell, and we ask them to intercede for us on our Lenten journey. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations you have communicated to me in this time of prayer. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.